Now to this developing story. NAACP officials in Memphis and Tennessee sounding the alarm tonight about President Trump's big, beautiful bill. They say cuts to Medicaid and to SNAP benefits could harm families and cost lives. Action News 5's Michaela Redmond talked with people who are facing uncertainty and fear.
It was more than just voicing opposition to the passing of the bill. I listened to speakers from different organizations share real stories about people in our community who would be directly impacted.
I have a 12-year-old son, Isaiah. He has multiple disabilities.
And even though Jessica Peggs, the Memphis ambassador for the Tennessee Caregiver Coalition, says she works full-time, she still relies on Katie Beckett medical waiver to cover her son's medical expenses, which Peggs says she would not be able to afford otherwise. Peggs says being a caregiver is a choice, and one made out of love.
Caregiving is the invisible infrastructure holding our healthcare system together, and it is under attack. Family caregiving is a non-stop job with no sick days, no holidays, and no overtime.
Peggs says as the bill stands, able-bodied Americans would be required to work.
Nearly 30% of Medicaid enrollees aged 19 through 64 are not working, but 12% of them are not working because they're caregivers.
And Peggs says instead of cutting the budget for Medicaid, more money should be invested to help provide healthier lives for families and better support for caregivers. And Peggs is not alone.
This is not a Republican or Democratic issue. This is a people issue.
Yes.
And we must fight to the end.
With Gloria Sweetlove, the president of the NAACP in Tennessee, saying she's sounding the alarm on the proposed cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits. Sweetlove says the bill's passing would have devastating impacts, especially in an area where she says families are already struggling every day.
Nearly 1.5 million Tennesseans rely on Medicaid for health coverage. This includes 1/2 of all the children in our state. Cuts to SNAP would increase food insecurity across the state, leaving schools, food banks, and local governments to fill the gap.
Sweetlove says the cuts also put rural hospitals in the area at risk of closing, saying many are already struggling to keep their doors open.
Ask your senators to vote against.
In Memphis, Michaela Redmond, Action News 5.